Here we go folks, we're back on the move after an unbelievable time in Hokkaido, Japan's most northerly island. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you check it out, it's episode 1. There should be a card knocking about for you to click, so make sure you do, don't miss out. Next on our Japanese tour was Tokyo, and safe to say I was both excited and super nervous all at the same time. Tokyo is one of the largest cities in the world, 14 million people in the city centre itself, and over 30 million residents across all its districts, which makes it the most populated city in the world. That many people doesn't stop Tokyo being one of the urban fishing capitals of the world, and I couldn't wait to get stuck in. Sit tight, buckle in, this one's a belter.
Well folks, this is the first stop on our urban fishing tour here in Tokyo. I am here at Benkibashi Boat Pier, and this way you can hire a boat and fish in the city. It's mental. This is absolute tranquility in absolute chaos. What more could you want? We're bass fishing as well. We're going for largemouth, man. Oh, you know I love these fish, and safe to say I got a real flavour for them in Florida. If you haven't seen that series, head over to the channel, have a look. There's a whole playlist there for you to crack on with. It's going to be tough fishing today going after the bass. And bass are not native to Japan. They were introduced quite a while ago, and you're no longer allowed to stock them. However, there's a good head still left in this little lake thing, so we're hoping to maybe catch a few today. And I'm starting off with a classic spinner, mainly because when it's bright like this, anything with a bit of shine always does well. So come on, let's have a few casts. Oh, we're not. Yes, we have. We're in. Oh, he's off. Oh, it didn't feel like we had him on. I thought I was stuck in weed. Bloody hell, first fish on. I sort of just dropped it down and then bang, it slammed it. It's like dragging it through weed, and then all of a sudden, bang, we were in. Oh, damn it. I love my first fish here in Tokyo. That'd be brilliant. That was an awesome fish. It was a nice bass as well. Oh, no, no, no. Fuming about that fish, you know. But that's fishing. What can we do? But they are hard to catch bass, they're not straightforward. There is this perception that you just lob it out and they'll just eat anything. And it is true, but they can be very pernickety on days, and they decide when and where and what they want to feed on. People of Tokyo absolutely love fishing. So there's so many different urban fishing spots you can do, both on a commercial basis and wild. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a mixture of the two across our time here in Tokyo. And hopefully we'll stumble upon a nice variety of fish. Still can't believe I lost that bass straight away though. That's fishing. It's kind of funny, literally every single person who walks over that bridge behind me stares at what we're doing. I just love fishing in Japan. There really is something just so tranquil about being in the middle of a city like Tokyo, one of the biggest cities in the world, sat on a little rowing boat, fishing for bass. I'm a lucky boy, I tell you that for free. I think this will do. Right, let's work this little bay here. Bounce it off the scaffolding, into the water. Happy bloody days. Fish on. Oh, he's off. Nice bite. It was only small, but oh, it was on the paws as well. It's always on the bloody paws, isn't it? To those anglers who don't do the paws, make sure you do the paws. Well, that's 2 we've lost today. Came all the way in for that as well. It's not as big as that first one we lost. That first one was a mega bomb. But the types of bass that are in here are largemouth and black bass. I've had largemouth before, I've never had a black bass, so it'd be cool to nab one of them, and that is what we lost before. And the great thing is, right, this was 20 quid for the day. It's not bad, but it's 15 quid for 2 hours, so I sort of took a view of fish on. Oh, he's off again. I'm just letting it sink in all the gaps in the weed, and they're coming out and slamming it every time. 3 hits on the spinner. Fishing the right lure, stick with it. Well, after all that excitement, it's gone quite quiet, so I might move up to the other end of the lake. Canal. I don't really know what it is. It's pretty much a lake, but it ain't a lake, if that makes sense. I'm sure it doesn't to any of you. It doesn't even make sense to me, that. Great. I might have just absolutely smashed my rod up there, and if I have, it's not a problem. Pick them ready. Get about 20,000 tips in every flipping rod.
No fish to report unfortunately, but a smashing introduction to Tokyo's urban fishing scene. The bass are at pre-spawn stage, so I thought they might have been feeding hard, but sadly this wasn't the case. After a few hours, I decided to meet up with Sarah, who was on the hunt for the famous cherry blossom bloom, which was gradually starting to appear across various parts of the city. She had targeted Shinjuku Goen National Garden, one of the best places in Tokyo to catch the infamous bloom, and was originally built during the Edo period in the early to late 17th century. It's amazing to think this was nearly blown up during World War II, because it was absolutely stunning. A hideaway from the madness of city life, and we were lucky enough to see a few cherry blossoms which had just started to show. I'm sure later in the month this place would be pinker than Flamingo Land, but for the time being, it was the odd tree here and there. However, Tokyo residents don't just hit the parks to get away from it all, and I was intending to find out tomorrow morning. That's right, you guessed it, it was time to get out on the boat and into the magical Tokyo Bay. Good morning, sports fans, how are we doing? Well, it's early doors, you wouldn't think it. To be honest with you, look, it's beautiful blue skies, right? It's about 6:30. And I'm off to meet a local guide, and I am doing something that I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. Something I've been sort of eyeing up for a very long time and always wanted to get involved with. We're going fishing for Suzuki. Now Suzuki, well, where do I start with the Rogue Suzuki? They make cars, they make bikes, but it's also the name of the Japanese sea bass. Yeah, we're going after bass, man. This is one of the biggest sports fish out here in Japan, and I'm so excited for it. Tokyo Bay is one of the biggest nurseries for Suzuki, and the only way I can describe a Suzuki to you is probably a combination between a snook and a sea bass. But they are meant to be one of the hardest fighting fish on the planet. It could be brill. It could be absolutely brill, and I think the backdrop and the surroundings we're going to be doing this in could make it that little bit better. We're fishing in the middle of Tokyo Bay, going after bass. I hopped on my train and made my way down to the river where I'd meet my guide for the day. Tokyo is so easy to get around, with the public transport being as efficient and punctual as you'd expect. With the sheer amount of people, I thought public transport would be pretty stressful. I couldn't have been more wrong. Considering we invented the train in the UK, we've certainly been left behind when it comes to rail travel. Well, we're here, we're just waiting for our main man to show up. I don't even know exactly where I'm meeting him. I think he's going to come running down this river on his boat.
And speak of the devil, right on time. You love to see it. Hey! We're on the boat. Zerlo's picked us up. You're going to meet him in a second. Oh, this is dreams coming true, going fishing in Tokyo Bay. Behave. Big hello, Zerlo.
Hi,
Here we go.
I was more excitable than a doggo at dinner time and ready to get fishing. It was a 30-minute boat ride to our first spot, so I took the time to sit back and soak in the dwarfing Tokyo skyline. Skyscrapers arrived quite late to Tokyo, comparably to New York and other big cities around the world. This is down to building height restriction laws which were abolished in 1963, coinciding with a massive economic boom that swept across Japan in the 1960s. Now, Tokyo has over 50 skyscrapers, one of the cities with the highest density of skyscrapers in the world.
Well, this is our first spot. Look at the structure here behind us. There's got to be a few fish, hasn't there? Well, we know there's fish. We've seen it on the sonar. Cheeky. First time using a bit of Japanese gear. Love to see it. Looks like a bit of a familiar lure to me, that one. The universal bass lure, that one, without a doubt. Sweet. Drop it in there. Oh, I haven't even got to the bottom yet. Zero. That is a pro at work, isn't it? Oh, look at that rod go. Oh, here we go, my first ever sea bass to be witnessed. Oh, it's a side-on hook.
Small fish.
Yeah?
Small sea bass.
Do you take most of your fish?
Yeah.
Nice. Going to put him back?
Yeah, back.
Doing a solid. Go on, son. Oh, that was a bite. That was a bite. Whoa! Got to get the hang of it. We'll get there. Hey, how big do the Suzuki go, like the bass?
big.
How big do they go?
Average size is 50 centimeters.
Right, okay.
Big size is 70 to 80.
50 is a big fish. Is that like a decent fish? A good fish?
Yeah, 50 fish.
Ooh, that's a funky boat, isn't it? Look at that. They're not sure at the moment, are they? This is when the rod just goes boom. Yeah. Ooh. Whoa. Yeah.
Ah, lost.
Yeah. Took me in. Oh, bloody hell.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did they proper dive into? You have to really,
really, yeah.
really blooming heck. Whoa. Did not expect that. I thought like it literally just went.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, really?
That was like a lead weight.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
We're on the bait caster today, a little Shimano beast. It's not usually my bag at bait caster after I got my finger stuck in one as a child, and I never forgave my old man for it. Planes overhead. This unbelievable structure mark. This is a very different type of fishing for me. I don't normally fish on a boat. I don't normally do jigging like this either. But when in Rome,
Straight in there. Get ready, this is getting lost. Big bass is going to take me straight in here. Is it that speed that they like?
Yeah.
That shocks me. I thought they'd be, at this time of year, they'd want it quite slow and lazy.
Oh, this is bite.
Yeah?
Falling bite. Oh, bite.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes! I love it. You knew it before I did. I had it on the rod.
Very short bite.
Whoa, yes! Come on. Is this going to be my first sea bass? It is.
Okay.
Get in, and it's my first fish in Japan! Why, Zero, take a bow! Been made my day.
here we go, it's only a little baby. My first fish in Japan. Zero, thank you so much, mate. And look at that, Tokyo skyline behind. Beautiful. Look at those spots on the fin as well. What a beautiful fish. A lot more streamlined than the UK bass, but also a lot wider than a snook. They fight as hard as a snook though. Cool. Let's get him back.
Hey. Thank you, fish. Sweet! The blank run is over. I've come halfway across the world to nail a fish and we've done it. Happy bloody days. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, another one. Beautiful. Oh, good. Get up, my son. Come on. Ooh, lovely jump on him. Nice. Another one. Look at that. Beautiful fish. Get you back, mate. I won't put you on the dinner table. Straight back down. How would I ask for a beer in Japanese?
Beer?
Yeah, in Japanese, like.
Yeah. ビールください。
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 Okay, ビールください。Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
ビールください。
Is how are you? Good desu. Is that how are you?
How are you? 元気ですか?
Ah, 元気ですか?
元気ですか? 元気ですか?
Oh, flipping nail! Oh, damn it! I was sat on Google Translate going 元気ですか?
元気ですか?
元気ですか? And then I didn't realise I was on the train.
Yeah.
And someone was like.
yeah.
And I'm going, genki desu ka, with my headphones in. Fishing doesn't need a language. Currently rocking bass thumb. For those of you who know, your thumb turns into something that look, oh God. Honestly, it turns into a right disgrace. Yes! Nice. On the drop as well. It's fighting a bit weird, that.
Sinking bite?
Yeah. Don't think he's a biggie. There we go. Oh, and in the net. He proper engulfed that one, didn't he?
Baby. Okay, release.
Yeah, get him back, sir.
Okay. Thank you, fish.
Bye, mate. Bye. Have a wonderful time. We're hunting for that slotfish. Slotfish. Connor in America would tell me otherwise if he's watching this. He'd be going, it's slot, man, not slut.
Jiro, take a bow, sir. This is the life. Top captain over here.
He knows the job, he knows what he's doing. 7 years experience here on Bayworks Tokyo. Genuinely guys, if you're ever in Tokyo, make sure you hit these guys up. They've absolutely sorted me out today. Having a blast, great communication from minute one. Cheers, you my man.
Thank you.
Arigato.
Arigato. Arigato. Thank you.
Just reading the photo album. Look at that bad boy. That's a huge fish.
Okay. Okay.
That went well, didn't it? What a lovely spot.
No problem.
I just lost the line. I'm so sorry.
Slowest of retrieves. I'm waiting for a big bass.
Very nice, big nice.
Just a, oh, yes! Just as I said that, waiting for a big bass to slam it.
Big fish.
Don't think it's that big, but it's a bass regardless. And I've just booked tea.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice fish that actually. Oh yes. Definitely the biggest of the day for me, I think. That's a proper bass.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about. Whoa.
Well folks, the biggest one of the day is a lovely fish. Look at the eyes on him as well. That fin, the spots, you can see the similarities to the UK sea bass as well. Well, the European sea bass. But that's going to be sashimi. Finally,
Yeah,
happy days. What a beauty. You know I'm more of a catch and release angler, but I feel like here in Japan, I'd rather be having some fish that I've cooked myself. It's a big part of the culture and I'm keen to get involved in it. But right, let's get him in the well and let's catch another one. I caught a fish and it's me dinner. Beautiful.
Happy days. It's mad, this spot. It is absolutely mad where we're fishing. It's a double-edged sword. Industrial work in the sea. It provides a home for so many fish, but it can also do a bit of damage. It's a bit of a strange one, but the water's so blue. Quality's fantastic. And the level of industry that's going on. To see the water this clear and in this good condition, it's refreshing. Just the one from this mark so far. Thought they were going to come thick and fast after that fish. Ooh, something had a peck at it. I think I got a bit early. Too soon.
Come on, fish. Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Nice fish.
Whoa. The strength on these fish. Whoa. Bloody Dora. That's a nice fish. That is a nice fish. Oh my god! You promised me a big bass, man!
Big sea bass. Big sea bass. 60 inches.
63.
63 centimetres. Well folks, we've just literally nailed a 63 centimetre sea bass and my camera's let me down.
Genuinely, have no idea what happened. I thought I was recording, I clearly wasn't, and yeah, so basically we'd put the fish back before we'd realised. Anywho, I did have it on my GoPro, so here's a little bit of the footage.
Whoa. Go on, son. Put it there, mate.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're having such a good time out here today. The fishing has been absolutely buzzing. Such a cool spot as well. Honestly, big thanks my man. Thank you. I've wanted to catch one of those fish since I was this big. Honestly, like, this means the world.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Not the 63 we were hoping for, but well, actually, I don't know. It's a nice fish regardless. Putting up a good scrap.
Okay.
It's a really nice fish. It's not the 63 centimetre that I wanted to show you, but it's a lovely bass nevertheless, in such a cool backdrop as well. And any blood you see is actually from me, because these fins are pretty bloody sharp, and he's clamping on my fingers. Nice. I'll get it back. Yeah.
Taking my roller's capped in very seriously here. I don't dare touch it. But what a cool spot this is. This is what I really wanted to show you guys. Urban fishing in Tokyo. I have taken a guided trip out here today to come out to this type of mark, but it is well worth doing. You can do a private one like I've done today, or you can go out on a big tour with a bunch of you. But you don't get to meet people like Izuru that way. You get to have a good laugh and a good smile, and it's great fun. A little bit of lunch, a bit of a rice cake, soy sauce broth flavoured. A special from 7-Eleven. Let's give it a go. It's just like cold rice, but very nice. Bit of cold rice in the sea next to an oil rig. What more could you want from a Thursday afternoon? They don't like us fishing around here. They're straight at us as well. I think so. Go! So I thought I'd run through the type of stuff that we're using. This is what we've got on today. It's a classic soft jelly. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, these things, fish go nuts for them. I'll be honest, I prefer a hard bait every day of the week, but is this doing the job today? Well folks, this is the last spot of the day and this is where we started out. I have had an unbelievable day here today. We've had some smashing fish and we've had an unbelievable day out in Tokyo Bay. You could do this on a budget or you could go all out. You've got both options. It's absolutely insane and I've had such a good time. But let's see if we can nail with a nice fish before we go.
Okay, that's 10 minutes.
10 minutes, we're gonna catch one. 3 casts left. Come on. Including this one. Cast number 2 of 3. Got it!
Yes! It's a nice fish as well.
Yes! Ended on a high, baby! Oh!
Well guys, on the second of the 3 final casts, we nailed this beauty. Tokyo in the backdrop. Stunning sea bass. It's not a Dika Suzuki, but it's a smashing Suzuki. What a way to end a smashing day in Tokyo Bay. I'm over the moon. Over the moon. But right, let's get this bad boy back. There you go, sir.
Thank you.
That is how it's done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Arigato.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Honestly, you're absolute legend. Hero.
What an unbelievable day's fishing we've had. We've had plenty of sport and we've ended up with a worldy fish and an awesome end to a trip as well. This isn't the end of our urban fishing adventure here in Tokyo. This is only a little bit of it. We've got plenty more to come. And there is dinner. A beautiful bit of sea bass. We're going to go get some sashimi and this is going to be made by Izuru's best mate. Class effort.
After a good 6 hours or more of hard fishing, we made the 30-minute boat ride back into the city. I want to give a massive shout out to Izuru and Bayworks Tokyo Fishing for one of my all-time favourite trips. Catching bass like that in and amongst the urban landscape is something that won't be forgotten in a hurry. However, Sarah was waiting at the docks after a heads up that dinner was on me this evening, and I tell you what, I was starving.
Sarah, you ready for some food?
Yes.
This is full of fish. You know what? Fishing is so important in terms of company, and when you're out on a guided trip with someone, your guide is absolutely critical.
Zero, you hero, son. Sail off into the sunset. Sayonara, baby. Sayonara. What a smashing day's fishing that was. I can't stress it enough how fun that was. And now, got some sea bass in a bag. And we're going to Torazuzu. So here we go. The chef who's putting this all together. So we're having sashimi, tempura, and yakimono. And here's the fish. Oh, beautiful. Hey. Oh, arigato. Well, we've got the beers in. The Suzuki's on his way to the kitchen. And we've got some little starters. What are you thinking, Saz?
I'm excited.
Excited? I'm scared. Helps to not leave your rod on the boat, doesn't it? Just as dinner's ready as well. Classic. My only concern is, I've just seen that chef on a bike. Thought he was cooking me tea. Turns out Zuru rang him to tell him to go get my rod because I wasn't picking up my phone. My bad. Well, after leaving my rod on the boat, I had to run and go and get it. And food has just arrived. And here's the man who's made it. I'm so excited to try this, and I am pretty out of breath. God, I've gotten fit. So this is the yakimono. Sarah's cracking on with that, and fair play. This is grilled. The sashimi, which is raw, and then the tempura. I'm going to try the yakimono first. Oh my god, that's insane. Oh my god. I hate fish as well. Not anymore. Wow. We are having some awesome food here. Right. Tempura, fried. I feel like I should probably try and chop that up a bit, but I'm going to go just hold it. It's going straight in. Insane. Absolutely insane. Feels that a little bit better because I've caught it as well. And also, kids, it's very bad manners to talk when your mouth's full like I'm doing right now. Right, so I've probably been pronouncing sashimi wrong for the whole video. It's sashimi, alright? I'm not Japanese, I'm trying my best. But anyway, this is the first time I've had it. I'm not a massive fan of raw fish, I'm not a fan of fish in general, so I don't really know how this is going to go. But it is incredibly fresh, so I'm assuming it's probably going to taste of absolutely nothing, in a good way. So, we're going to get a little bit now. I'll get the chopsticks out, if I can pick it up. Sort of. Dip it in the soy. Right, here goes. My heart is racing at the concept of having this, genuinely. Wow. Holy crap. That doesn't even taste of fish. I don't know what to say. That's insane, isn't it? Less than 2 hours ago, I absolutely hated raw fish. Now, I've sat and polished off a whole plate of it. Welcome to Japan. With our bellies full, it was time to head to Shibuya, the chaotic heart of Tokyo. We wanted some nighttime views of the city, so we ended up in the Shibuya skyline, one of Tokyo's many skyscraper viewing points. It was as sterile as a surgeon's scalpel, but provided some mega views, and from up there it gave a real perspective of how big Tokyo is, and also how small and insignificant us people are. Another day, another dollar, and I was back on the train with a few more urban fishing spots to explore. This time we were off to a little fishery, which, safe to say, was somewhat of a weird experience. Just picking up some refreshments before we start. A little bit of an insight into a little cheeky small supermarket here in Tokyo. This is Family Mart. It's pretty cool, isn't it? However, the one thing I'm going for is this. Peach Fanta. Look at it. This is what I love about being abroad. Everything is so much better, and you know my thoughts on Fanta. We have the worst Fanta ever, other than Fanta Lemon. That's the saving grace. But right, let's get to the checkout.
Well folks, this really is a little bit different. It's a little bit more urban fishing. I am literally sat in and amongst some apartment blocks, fishing in some ponds. And they're not really ponds really, they're like baths. I don't really know how I feel about this. I'm not 100% sure on whether it's really cruel or whether it's a bit of fun. I don't really know. I'm sort of 50-50 on it. But I did really want to give it a go because it is a big part of Tokyo. So I'm here at a place called Suzuki, and this has been around since in the 1930s. It's a specialist goldfish breeding centre. But what they do have is a couple of carp ponds with some common carp and some crucian carp. Absolutely loved carp fishing when I was a kid. It was great fun. So I thought, why not? Let's do some simple carp fishing. I paid 650 yen for a bit of bait. I couldn't even tell you what it is. It's like some paste. It's probably a bit bread related. I also got to hire this little pole thing. So all this for an hour's fun, probably for roughly about £4 or £5. Probably less than that, to be honest with you, getting the conversion wrong. But it is pretty mental, isn't it? But right, let's see if we can catch a couple of fish. This could be great fun. This certainly is one of the more weirder things I've done. But we've already had a bite. Carp are so smart and they can live for years and years and years. So some of these fish might have been here for like 10, 20 years, you never know, which is absolutely mad. However, the one confusing thing about this place, you can take your catch home, not to eat, as a pet. Imagine that in a pet shop.
Oh, no.
I'm not joking, this is actually weirdly probably the hardest fishing I've ever done. This is a nightmare.
Got one. Finally, praise to Jesus. Beautiful.
My first carp in Tokyo. Cool as hell. Right, let's get him back.
Boom.
Finally. God, how long has that taken? Jeez, finally getting the knack of it though. But come on, let's try and catch a few more before we have to go.
Well, we've been here like 45 minutes. It just felt like a nightmare. Oh, bloody hell, that's taken forever to catch that fish. We finally caught one, and I'm so sorry I didn't have the GoPro on for it. That was the level of frustration that was getting to me at this point. Just as we say that, bang, 2 and 2. Ooh, he's a bit bigger as well. He's in there. Nice.
Carp number 2. Beautiful.
You free, sir? I'm not pulling your leg here when I say that was tough fishing. I didn't expect it to be so hard, or was I doing something seriously wrong? Nevertheless, one of my more weirder fishing trips, but still great fun using a Tenkara setup. After my hour of fun, I then wandered to find some food from the endless options available. Tokyo at its finest. You can pick up your ramen or your dinner from a vendi. Behave. I then saw some of the biggest carp I'd ever seen. These things were huge and couldn't even begin to estimate their size or their age for that matter. After admiring these specimens for longer than I should have, I hopped across town to meet Sarah for another somewhat obtuse fishing experience. Some rogue white girl stood outside of some weird goldfish cafe. What's that about? Well, as you know, in Japan, there is a big obsession with koi carp, goldfish, you name it. And I'm meeting Bask here for her first ever fishing experience. We're gonna go catch some goldfish. This could be good fun. And it's actually in a cafe. Now in Japan, there's a cafe for everything. I'm not even joking. I think there's a 2D cafe or something. So we're going to the Goldfish Cafe. Let's see what's happening in there. It's crack-a-lacking. Oh, they're beautiful kois. Just wish I could take one home. They're just so stunning. The colours on them. Now, just for the record, when I told Sarah I had a fishing YouTube channel, her response was, I hate fishing.
She's just gasped behind me there. So we're going to try and change her mind. We get given these little things. They're like little dippers. They're called poi. Traditional way of catching goldfish, really. And that's what we're doing. We're dipping them into the water. It's made out of paper. See if we can catch something. I need a new mask, I'll tell you that for free. This one's peeling. As you can see, there's a goldfish there. You can actually take these home with you if you like. But for us, we're just going to catch them, have a look in this little bowl, and then put them back. A little bit sad, but I think it's a nice introduction for Sarah to get fishing. Also, she wants me to go first, which is why I'm cracking on as we speak. Yes. Good save, Has. Good save. Oh, our first little goldfish. It's a cool little guy. Just the bog standard. Be nice to get a little fantail or something. Oh, he's in there. To be honest, I don't really know how I feel about this in truth. There's a little bit. When in Rome and all that. Oh, there we go. 4 fish. Right, Sarah. Step up. Here we go. So these are the fish that I caught. Basically all the same ones. I think the ones with a bit more pattern can be pretty tough to catch. Or Sarah will just smash one. She'll get a big fantail, I guarantee it.
I don't just like underneath.
Yeah. Then gradually lift up. Oh, you're close then.
So strange.
Find a fish you want. You could try come on this side if you want. There's loads over here.
Yeah, fine.
Awesome little setup. Little stool for you as well. Go on, first fish. She's doing it. Hold it. Hold it. We got the bowl. I'm bringing the bowl. There we go. Sarah. Sarah's first fish.
I got it.
Nice. How do you feel?
Oh, confused.
Some cool looking fish in here though. They're all mainly bog standard goldfish, but there's a few fantails in there and some cool coloured ones. Sarah's on fire. I missed that. You were flying. Wow. Sarah, you've got a knack for this, I'll tell you. Safe to say this is a little bit of Japan in a nutshell for me. Very rogue, but great fun. I feel like you should utilise the fact that you've got adult arms.
Reach.
You've got reach.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
But wait! What happened? 2 amazing fish. It's because it's so wet.
I've never seen such fishing techers. Goldfish dipping things for you. Oh, you've got him in the bag. Oh, what's a fish? What a fish, Sarah. Oh, look at him. Oh, you've got a fantail. Oh my god, how many have we got now? 2, 4, 6, 7. You've got 1 more fish to catch.
Okay. Have I won the biggest fish competition?
You've definitely won the biggest fish competition, and I'll treat you to lunch for that. Look there. You've got another biggie. Oh.
And it fell through. Oh my god, it's in there. Thank god.
It is. Sarah, take a bow. You're on fire.
Thank you, Harry.
A variety in there.
Stunning.
So what's your thoughts on fishing now, Sarah?
I'm glad I've tried it.
You're glad you've tried it?
Yeah.
Well, it's a small improvement and it's a step in the right direction. You're going to a good home, I promise you. At some point.
Well, safe to say, Sarah needs to open a goldfish catching pet shop because she absolutely smashed that. However, there was one other urban fishing experience available in Tokyo, which I pretty much ended up doing every night, regardless of the level of intoxication. The bass we caught in the bay thrive in the rivers of Tokyo and can be caught all year round. We fished really hard and unfortunately didn't manage to land any. We lost plenty, but in the dead of night it doesn't make great viewing, but hopefully if we have time at the end of the trip, I'll give it one last go, because I have to admit, the bang on your rod in complete darkness is a thrill I can't even begin to explain. By the time we were due to depart and move on from Tokyo, the blossoms had finally started to show, and just like a light switch, they were everywhere. The beautiful shades of pink were way over my expectations, and I'm happy to say that I've seen them properly.
Well folks, what a smashing time we've had here in Tokyo. I wish I could have been here longer. It's a massive, massive city. 6 nights, 7 days, I don't think it's enough. You could spend weeks, months, years and years in the city and never cover it. But there is one thing I feel like I have absolutely smashed, and that's the fishing. This has to be one of the best urban fishing locations in the world by a long way. The variety available to you, whether it's in the sea or in the city, it's truly phenomenal. I've had an absolute blast. We've met some cracking people and we've had some smashing fish. I do wish I'd seen a bit more of the tourist stuff, but I just wanted to get fishing because I knew how good this place was. And safe to say, the alcohol may have played a part in the evenings. Tokyo is a big boozing city, so when in Rome, you've got to get on it and crack on. I've had a blast here and I hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you have, hit that subscribe button because we've got plenty more to come. Next stop on the trip, Fuji. Can't wait. Tight lines, folks. Keep fishing.